Over the years, chasing that next nostalgia fix has become just as important to me as experiencing new AAA Game of the Year contenders or discovering the next multiplayer obsession that will consume all of my time. Sometimes, I don't want all the bells and whistles of the modern gaming landscape. Sometimes, I just want simple gameplay, beautifully stylized visuals, and a nice and easy, and above all, fun experience. I'm Bongmare Blues, and today we're looking at 10 indie games that will fill you full of nostalgia. In at number 10, we have Pizza Tower. If you've played the Wario Land games, especially Wario Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance, you'll feel right at home with Pizza Tower. You play as an anxious chef, Peppino Spaghetti, who must climb a giant sentient tower to save his pizzeria from being laser beamed. This is fast-paced platformer chaos with a big focus on speed and high scores. The perfect recipe for replayability, and in terms of nostalgia, this game is packed full of references to games, films, cartoons, and any and all pop culture. In at number 9, we have Celeste by Maddie Makes Games Incorporated. One of my personal favourites, Celeste is an award-winning precision platformer from 2018 with a powerful message. Drawing inspirations from 2D platformers like Mega Man and Castlevania, as well as indie classics like Super Meat Boy, it's a masterclass in the genre. You follow Madeline as she climbs Celeste Mountain, a journey that quickly reveals itself as both a physical and deeply personal mental challenge. The game features gorgeous retro pixel art, challenging but fair gameplay, and an honest story about mental health struggles. In at 8, we have Crow Country by SFB Games. For fans of Silent Hill and Resident Evil, Crow Country is a retro-inspired survival horror game set in 1990. If you're into cinematic fixed camera angles, exploration-heavy puzzle solving, and stylized low-poly visuals, this one's for you. You play as Special Agent Mara Forrest, investigating the disappearance of Edward Crow, the owner of Crow Country Amusement Park. Expect plenty of scares and shivers in what could be the ultimate horror game setting. And for all the scaredy cats out there, don't worry, there's an exploration mode letting you focus purely on puzzles and atmosphere. In at number 7, we have Northgard by Shiro Games. Looking for a refreshing twist on RTS? Northgard blends Norse mythology with deep survival mechanics and a minimalist art style. This beloved real-time strategy game will transport you back to long sessions spent with Age of Empires and Command & Conquer on the family computer, perfect for solo play or co-op fun with friends, depending on your mood. In at 6, we have Conscript by Catchweight Studio. What's more horrific than war itself? That's the question that Jordan Mochi explored with Conscript, a retro survival horror game set after the Battle of Verdun. You control a French soldier searching for his missing brother. It checks all of the survival horror boxes: terrifying enemies, limited resources, challenging puzzles, and an atmosphere so thick you can barely see through it. Not for the faint-hearted, that one. In at number 5, we have Cursed to Golf by Chuhei Labs. Possibly the only golf-like roguelike out there, Cursed to Golf nails it. Set in golf purgatory, you play as a champion golfer, cursed to navigate hazards, obstacles, and setbacks to return to the land of the living. Think Dead Cells, but with more putts and fewer swords. The pixel art and simple mechanics will have you feeling like it's 2002 and you're sat playing a Game Boy Advance. In at number 4, we have Sea of Stars, Sabotage Studio. Sea of Stars is a JRPG heavily inspired by classics of the past. It's a turn-based RPG with a twist. Combat is more interactive, kind of like Expedition 33, but we'll get to that in a second. You follow two young heroes, Zale and Valia, Solstice warriors who must stop the Fleshmancer, a powerful alchemist threatening the world. Anyway, about that Expedition 33 reference. In Sea of Stars, when in the middle of a fight, you have the option to parry attacks. You can also double down on your attacks, meaning if you can time a press of the action button just as the player hits the enemy, you can do more damage. This made already compelling combat so much more engaging. In the past, I've been one to fall off of JRPGs, struggling to finish games like Dragon Quest and the original Final Fantasy VII. However, this small addition to the combat in Sea of Stars not only meant that I got through the entire story, but I also chose to do the extra stuff at the end of the game. Just goes to show that a small change like that can completely transform the experience. In at number 3, we have Dusk by David Szymanski. We all love 90s shooters like Quake and Doom. I mean, Doom has been ported to just about everything, including calculators. Dusk from New Blood Interactive revives the boomer shooter genre with all the grit and gore we love. Set in a rural American town overrun by cultists, it's your job to fight back against evil with even more evil, in this case, shotguns. The absolutely killer soundtrack from Andrew Hulshult, brutal gunplay, and atmospheric backdrops make it an absolute joy for anyone who can stomach the violence. In at 2, we have Drover by Just 2D. If you were left wanting more after Diablo 4 like me, Or if you're a fan of the Gothic series, Drover is for you. This is an isometric dark fantasy RPG with stamina-based combat inspired by the Soulsborne series. You start as a villager struggling through drought and famine until druids arrive with a mysterious red crystal rumoured to open the gates to Drover. After a ritual goes wrong, you wake up in Drover and must fight your way back, all while trying to uncover the truth. Celtic mythology paired beautifully with the dark fantasy pixel art makes this game a nostalgic yet fresh experience. And in at number 1, we have A Hat in Time by Gears for Breakfast. A 3D platformer that will transport you back to loading cartridges on an N64 or popping open a PlayStation top in front of that box of a TV. A Hat in Time draws heavily from Super Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie. You play as Hat Kid, a space traveller trying to recover magical timepieces, all lost when a spaceship broke down. With great platforming, quirky characters and fun boss fights, this nostalgic yet innovative experience is a rare gem in today's gaming landscape. We really need to savour games like this when they come around because they don't come around often, or not nearly often enough. If I missed any nostalgia-inducing indie gems, let me know in the comments so we can talk about them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing that. It's the best way to keep up to date with my uploads. I post multiple videos every single week. Thank you kindly for watching. I've been Bon Mayor Blues, and as always, don't forget to shut the door on the way out.